Where's your devotion? Where's your devotion?
Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Maddie Tarot. I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be doing a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for December 1st through 15th, 2022. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everybody from front to back. Take what resonates, leave the rest. You may need to swap roles throughout the reading. I am just reading energies, so I could be talking about you, your person, another individual or party at any time. I'm just doing my best to make a story out of the messages that are coming through, so you might need to swap roles as necessary. Do not overextend or stretch yourself to make it fit. If it's not your story, it's not your story. But be sure to check your other placements because your messages could be there. I just want to say thank you to anybody supporting this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe, leave feedback. I'm open to receiving feedback. I do try to respond to everybody. And thank you so much. This is a passion of mine, and I really appreciate you guys coming along for the journey. So, Sagittarius, I've already cleansed the space, cleansed the decks, pre-shuffled, and meditated on the collective conscious of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So what does Sagittarius need to know? What does Sagittarius need to know? Sagittarius, let's see. We're going to pull a card for you. Sagittarius, your card is the Queen of Coins. And your person on your mind, the Hierophant. Past energy that led to this point. We've got the World and the present energy between the two of you. The Two of Swords. All right, your intuition. Your intuition. Sagittarius intuition. The Four of Cups. And your challenge. The Four of Wands. Your advice. The Three of Swords. Person on your mind. What's their next move? How are they feeling? What are they thinking? You've got the King of Wands here. And then your bias and caution. What should you be cautious of? What biases maybe do you have when it comes to this person or this situation? The Knight of Wands. And your guidance. Your guidance is the Page of Cups. At the bottom of the deck here, we've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess. Alrighty. Let's pull a crystal card for you. So immediately, Sagittarius, I'm getting the impression that you've got intuitive messages that are ringing in your ear. And your heart is trying to get your brain's attention. Your heart is trying to get your mind's attention. But maybe your overthinking is drowning out some messages from your heart. Calcite. 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 Positioning this stone in any room or on your person clears all negative energy and washes away bad vibrations. Filled with powerful, positive energy, this stone stimulates your muscles and brain, making you feel more energetic and clear-minded. So yes, something is fogging your mind up. And the intuitive messages from your heart space are maybe being misconstrued or somehow getting in the mix of, sorry, I hit my mic, of that fogginess, of that overthinking mind. And the overthinking mind is the ego, and it lies to us constantly. So really got to be careful there, because it will keep us stuck, and it will also it really we can really hurt our feelings when we're listening. Our ego is a necessary part of us, but we got to also learn how to not listen to it all the time, because it will keep us stuck. It'll keep us fighting. It'll keep us in a position of being too prideful. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but it will also be your inner critic that's really harsh on you is your ego. It's not your ego is useful. However, it's not a very good friend all the time. They say we are our own worst enemy. Well, that should be our ego is our own worst enemy. It wants to stay where it is because it's comfortable. And our higher self strives to do better and grow and be better. And that's why growing comes along with pain, because we are stripping ourselves of our ego. And so our ego clings on and doesn't want to change. And then we, push and push and push. And that's why there's that pain there usually when we're growing, or always when we're growing. Okay. So Sagittarius, let's get into this. We got the Queen of Coins on your end. Okay. So Sagittarius, you are largely focused on your goals, ambitions. You're focused on your money at this time. And just so you're aware, I'm going to run through it once and then we'll go back into detail. You're focused on your money at this time, but the Queen of Coins also talks about receiving something. So there's, you're not only chasing your passions, but if you go deep, Sagittarius, you might find that you do have passion for this person, whoever's on your mind. I'm getting here that you guys might be in a head-to-head at this time, or something has come to an end, or seemingly come to an end. And you do have passion for this person, but I believe that you feel as if the passion left the building long, long ago. And at this time, maybe you're open, maybe not so directly, but indirectly, you are open to receiving this passion again. On your person's end, the person on your mind, they have some sort of knowledge that they have obtained in regard to this connection. This has shined a light for them. They are very committed to not only learning, but to obtaining you. The Knave of Pentacles here. Manifestation, some sort of goal. You are a goal of theirs. You are a goal of theirs to obtain you. We've got in the past energy here, the World, clarified by the Eight of Swords. Limited beliefs or taking sides, having a you versus me mentality, and that circular way of thinking where we let our fears run the show made something come to an end here in the past. Whether or not it's you or them, that doesn't matter. What it is that there was some sort of lack of objective understanding. And when two people focus on subjective truth for them in their own reality, you indirectly, whether you're saying it or not, you're indirectly invalidating the other person's truth in their reality. And I'm not saying this is what you did. I'm just saying that this is true across the board for everybody. So conflict between two people is very, very tricky to navigate, but it is so important that we move past what happened and get down to talking about the feelings, because that's where it really matters. And if you guys care about each other, you should care about how each other feels. And so this didn't happen, it looks like, or maybe you guys tried, maybe you tried to express your feelings and they tried to express theirs, but you guys just weren't hearing each other because you were so hurt by something that had happened. And so it came to an end, and it came to a gridlock. And at the current energy, you got the Two of Swords. You guys are, oh, that almost went into the flame. The current energy, you've got the Two of Swords and the Knave of Swords. So communication is at a head-to-head stalemate, not moving. And the Knave of Swords, it's like knowledge, but also it talks about avoidance. And so there's some sort of avoidance going on here surrounding the communication. it could be as simple as you guys are just fed up, and reasonably so. I get that. I totally understand that. But there is some sort of knowledge here to be gained. And the Two of Swords being the main card, I see that's not yet fully obtained, but there is, it's there. You just got to look for it, okay? And your intuition, it's telling you that this knowledge will be found in your discontentment, in your, in the negative or sad thoughts that you're having. Go a little deeper, Sagittarius. Your intuition's asking you to explore that. That is where the key is to your answer. Your answer, you have the key. It's there. And it is in your heart. This is something that is intimately close to you. It is so intimate, meaning it is so personalized with you that it has really, really, really upset you. And so this situation with this person may have really thrown you off. You tried your best, and you feel like you just weren't appreciated, or you weren't recognized or seen for your effort. And so your intuition's telling you, look deep within your heart and find that discontentment, and that's where your answer is, because your challenge is, Four of Wands, is reconciliation, is a reunion. Your challenge is to find it in your heart, to communicate in a healthy way with this person, and quit the cycle, quit the pattern. Not necessarily, I'm not even saying that you are the reason for the pattern. I'm just saying the dynamic was created between the two of you. It takes two to tango. Your challenge here is to reconcile. I do see your person reaching out to you, if they haven't already. The King of Cups here, emotional regulation during the reconciliation, being able to own what you're feeling, and then, like I said earlier, talking about feelings. Not talking about you did this and you did this and you did this. And this could go either way. They need to do the same thing. They need to own their feelings and do the same thing for you, because both of your experiences are valid. And the more that we can, as a collective, as a whole, just as humans, understand that perception is reality, simply means that my reality is real. It's just as real as your reality. It's just as real as someone else's reality. And when we tell somebody, no, my intentions were this, and that's not what happened, and this is how I feel. If we don't say it in a healthy way that really emphasizes that that's our feelings, and this is what we perceived, and we're not pointing fingers and we're not invalidating them, it can be really easy to invalidate somebody, directly or indirectly, and make them feel like they're wrong. And that's really where the wall never comes down in that case. Your advice here is to address this heartbreak. Maybe you pretended like it didn't hurt you. Maybe you pretended like you didn't care as much about this person as you actually do. Maybe you think that it will just happen in due time. When you're ready. Yes, true. When you are ready, talk about this heartbreak. That's your advice. Give it some time. Go over things. But I do see this person is reaching out to you, whether or not they have already. Your person's next move, and what they're thinking, what they're feeling. They're thinking of the bigger picture. They're wanting to heal this situation with you. They're thinking of you, the King of Wands. That is, that's fire energy. So they're thinking of you. They're thinking of moving towards you. They're thinking of the bigger picture. They desire you. They are, they're really, really, really in their head about this. Seven of Swords. They feel betrayed. They feel betrayed. And it's easy to feel betrayed. Like I said, it's not that you betrayed this person, but it's easy to feel betrayed when we feel invalidated. And I feel like you both feel invalidated and feel betrayed. And it's because of the focus on each individual's experience rather than each individual's feelings. That is where that came from. So your bias and caution here, your bias and caution is the Knight of Wands. Sagittarius, when you feel defied, betrayed, hurt, or somebody's trying to control, smother, or put you in a box. You want to rebel. And it's just, I get it. It's just in your nature. And a lot of people are that way. But you're being asked right now to be cautious of that. Be cautious of this Knight of Wands energy, this rebellious energy that blows hot and cold, or comes in really hot. Be cautious of that. If you really care about this person, and it looks like you do, your intuition's saying something here, and your challenge is saying something here, and your advice is saying something here. Be very careful of that. And what you need to do, King of Swords here, be honest. Try to watch your bluntness. And the Three of Pentacles, working together as a team, collaboration, teamwork, effort. And do your best to understand that this person, from what I'm getting from here, they never meant to hurt you. Your guidance here is the Page of Cups. Your guidance here is to offer your cup in that reconciliation. And the Page of Cups also talks about an apology. So here's the thing with apologies. It may be really hard, especially when you feel like you're the one that was wronged. But again, if you both feel this way, I guarantee you, if you apologize to this person, they'll if they haven't already apologized to you, they'll apologize to you too. I'm getting here that this person has come to a lot of realizations lately. And look, the world, a new cycle can begin. This is also a feeling of appreciation and a feeling of belonging. I'm getting here that this apology will bring in a new sense of a feeling of appreciation and belonging. You've got the Six of Cups here at the bottom. This is a soulful connection, likely a twin flame union, some sort of soul contract of love. You guys are in a separation period, and the High Priestess here is telling you, intuitive messages are coming through to tell you there's something deeper here. And I feel you energetically feel this with this person. So let's go through this briefly, or in more detail real quick. Queen of Coins. You are waiting for this passion to come back in some way, whether or not it's with this person. The passion died here, and that really, really just turned you away, turned you off, made you close up, and it became almost a burden to deal with this person. I don't see that was their intention, but again, intentions don't really matter when we continue to not hear the other person. But this person does have some sort of knowledge that has come to them, Hierophant. And they do want commitment with you. They are committed to you. They are trying to manifest you back, Knave of Pentacles. You are a goal of theirs that they are moving toward. In the past energy here, there was ways of thinking, whether it's you, them, or both of you, that kept you guys in a cycle. And the cycle continued around and around and around until it came to an end. And this was due to this Eight of Swords energy. And I love this depiction of the Eight of Swords here because there's the third eye right here that is shining through. We must see beyond what is on the surface. We must see beyond the conflict. We must see beyond the internal struggle, beyond the face of that person, because the face of that person is what we are assigning to this conflict when this is a internal struggle for both parties, for everybody who exists, really. This is something we all go through. They say that a woke person uses people around them in the world as a mirror to learn about themselves and to practice becoming their best self. And we all are practicing and becoming. But somebody who's not consciously aware or awake yells and criticizes and is very judgmental and is in a lot of pain because they do not realize they are looking in a mirror when they are viewing the world and others around them. And so whether this is you or the other person, that's not really the point of this. This is just in general, people. We need to understand this. The Knave of Swords here, the Two of Swords with the Knave of Swords. This came to a gridlock. This came to a stalemate. This came to two people with opposing force of the same intensity, causing it to grind to a halt. And there's avoidance here of the actual problem. The actual problem is that you both feel hurt, and the feelings are what matters, not the surface of what happened. Your intuition is telling you something, Sagittarius. You don't like to feel this way. Four of Cups. You do not like to feel discontent and apathetic and sad, and you're not. You need to find the silver lining of the situation. Extract the lesson from here, and understand that it was something that is beneficial, not only for your growth but for your path. And twin flame unions do that to each other. They spark a lot of learning in each other, and it's a painful journey. But all growth is painful. But this person loves you dearly, and I believe you do too, if you're really being honest with yourself. Your challenge here is the Four of Wands. Reconciliation. Coming back together with this person in reunion. Don't do it when you're ready, though. You can't force things, and you gotta address your emotions. You've got to address your emotions, Sagittarius. There's some sort of emotional regulation that needs to happen here, but this person is devoted to you. Devotion. They have devotion for you. I'm getting water sign for a lot of you. That's not necessarily needs to be, but a lot. This will definitely resonate for those of you who are thinking of a water sign. Your advice here, Three of Swords: address the pain. I know it's easy. I'm sorry. I know it seems easy to say, "Oh, I'm not hurting. I'm fine, and I'm over it, and I don't care." But I think you're hurting, and you're not fine, and you're not over it. And in due time, the wheel goes around and around and around. Sometimes we end up on the bottom, and sometimes we end up on the top. But right now, it seems like you're on the bottom. And your advice here is to acknowledge that and move toward this person to have that discussion. You will not be disappointed. Your person's next move, what they're thinking, how they're feeling. They're thinking of you. They're thinking of the big picture. They're feeling betrayed. But you also feel this way, Sagittarius. So doesn't it stand for something that both of you feel the exact same way? That should right there tell you enough. If you don't feel like you've done anything for them to feel that way, and if they don't feel like they've done anything for you to feel that way, wouldn't everything I'm saying make sense about it's about time you guys start talking about your feelings and caring about how each other feels? Because going back and forth about what you did and they did is pointless. Do you guys care about how each other feels? I think you guys do. Your caution and bias here. Try to be present. Try not to be rebellious. I understand how anger can be rebellious. I understand how feeling smothered or controlled can make one person feel rebellious. I've been there. Try your best to control that. Try your best to be honest but not blunt. Try your best to be tactful. Try your best to be on a team with this person and exerting the effort to repair something, because this wouldn't have hurt you as badly as it has if you didn't care so much about it. And so we could all, again, this is a message for everyone, really. We could all benefit from being a little more courageous to admit that we're hurting. Because underneath hurt and pain underneath anger is pain. And underneath our pain is an unmet need. So you're doing that introspective deep dive to find that here, and not being rebellious in that regard. Your guidance here is to move toward a new, more healthy cycle. Whereas the cycle here with the world, the Eight of Swords, is clarifying it. The Page of Cups is the main thing here. So this is an apology, and this is also offering your cup. And look, the world comes back to clarify it, which tells me that's a new cycle. And so whether or not you initiate this or they initiate it, there's some sort of new cycle that will be bred out of an apology. In this union, the Six of Cups, that's someone from the past coming back. That's a love connection with history. That's nostalgia. And that is a soul contract. So twin flame union is what I'm thinking. And this isn't your heart is trying to tell you this intuitively. You have this message coming from your higher self. So Sagittarius, let's pull some inner guidance messages. Let's see. Inner guidance messages for Sagittarius. Allow. Allow your heart's messages to speak through and get through the fog of your mind. Allow this person to allow this reunion is what I'm getting. Overwhelming. I know it may feel overwhelming, Sagittarius, but that's part of your challenge here. Is the emotional regulation, King of Cups. That's part of your challenge, because what's more overwhelming? What's more overwhelming? The constant upset and discontentment from this pain that you're trying to push away, or leaning into it a bit so it can finally dissipate for good. Be firmer. It seems like you might, instead of being firm, you might come off as a bit closed off or aggressive at times. And when the goal is to be assertive, we can be assertive without being aggressive. And so being firmer in how you're feeling, you may just believe sometimes, well, what's the use? And this person's not going to understand anyway. And so you stop explaining, or you don't take the time to explain because you feel like it's no use. And so be firmer in regard to your standing in your truth. And you do not need to bully anybody or be aggressive to anybody. And I'm not saying that's what you do or that's what you were doing anyway. All I'm saying is that it's not no use. There is definitely something to gain here. And try to be gentle about your approach. You can be assertive and still be gentle. Intimacy. There is a lot of emotional intimacy that is needed between the two in order for this to become to come back into union and be healthy. And I believe you both are craving this on a deeper level. We've got believe in self. Sagittarius, if you ask yourself the reason you think it's no use, maybe you say it's no use or this person won't understand, that has to do with you trusting yourself. You don't trust yourself to navigate the situation properly, and you don't want to be a failure. You don't want to deal with somebody blowing up at you. You don't want to feel like you're not good enough. Believe in yourself, Sagittarius. Believe in yourself, because you are good enough and you are not a failure. And you can allow the space for this healing to happen. And I do see healing here. Mirror reflection. This is a twin flame union. This is a twin flame union. You guys could learn a lot from each other if you allow it. All right, Sagittarius, that is all I have for you today. I really hope it helped. Thank you.
Feel like we've reached a crossroads. Ooh, don't you hate them ultimatums? But we need a revelation to save us. Stuck in the moment, it seems. The more I think, the more I don't know. I'm looking for a sign.